Welcome inside this web edition of Cuse Countdown. I'm Katy Williams alongside Varun Raghupathi, and we're going to break down this Colgate game. And Varun, Syracuse has played 2 games so far, gotten 2 wins. What has impressed you about this Orange squad?
Well, I know it's going to be an obvious one, but I'm going to say CJ Fair. Coming into the year, high expectations, and he's never had to face those kind of expectations. He's usually been the 3rd or 4th option and somebody who will get his 16 points, and nobody's going to bat an eye. But this year, he's the leader, and he's done a good job of establishing that presence. He pressed a little bit at the beginning of the Cornell game, but since then, he's been good. And a big stat to look out for: 13 of 14 from the free throw line. He's making his foul shots, and he's getting to the line in the first place, something the Orange has struggled with in the past few years. So, CJ Fair.
Yeah, they've definitely struggled from the free throw line in the past. Now, looking ahead to this Colgate opponent, these two teams are extremely familiar with each other. The Orange has faced the Raiders 165 times, the most of any opponent. Last time these two met, it wasn't exactly close. Syracuse beat Colgate 87-51. James Sutherland led the effort, sinking 4 shots from behind the arc, and Michael Carter-Williams had 13 assists. Returning starters Rakeem Christmas and CJ Fair combined for 18 points on the night, and no one on Colgate was able to reach double digits. But that was then, and now moving forward to this year's game, Varun. For the Raiders to have a chance in this one, what do they need to do to slow down SU?
They need to shoot the three-pointer well. First game, they shot 41% from distance. Now, they lost the game, but still, they had 6 guys scoring double digits. You mentioned 0 in the Carrier Dome last year. This year in the first game was a totally different story. And also, Katy, the team has a lot of experience. Of the 6 guys that scored, 2 seniors, 2 juniors, a redshirt sophomore, and a redshirt junior. These are guys that have all played in the Dome last year, and they've also been around the block a few times. So if Colgate wants to even think about getting a win in the Dome against Syracuse, got to shoot the 3 well and use that experience that they've got.
Now, this matchup, probably a relatively easy one to predict, but what's your X factor?
My X factor is Tyler Ennis. I'll tell you why. He's played well the first 2 games, but only 6 assists. As the Orange moves closer to conference play and the opponents start to get tougher, Ennis needs to be that floor general at the point guard position. Got to have a good point guard in college basketball, and Ennis hasn't really distributed the ball. He's scored well, but now let's see if he can get his teammates involved. 6 assists through 2 games. It's fine for the 2 opponents that the Orange has played, but moving forward, when you got the Dukes and the Carolinas coming in, a good point guard gets the ball to his teammates and stays composed doing it. It'll be interesting to see if Ennis can pick up that assist total, which MCW last year, who he's going to be compared to no matter what, was up in double digits for much of the year. So Ennis has got to be a good facilitator on the court. He did step up in the points category last game, so maybe that momentum can keep going into this one. But looking ahead to your prediction, any surprises in this one? Nah, not really. 3rd game of the year, SU usually has the easy non-conference slate in the early going, and this one's going to be no different. I say 78-54 Syracuse. The Orange gets taco time, and its 2nd win in a row against a Colgate team that, frankly, it's just better, bigger, more athletic than. I don't see anything really out of the ordinary happening inside the Dome. Well, that's Varun's prediction, but to see what actually happens in the game, be sure to check out all our coverage on sportsblog.citrustv.net. And for in-game updates, follow us on Twitter @CitrusTV Sports. For Varun, I'm Katy. Thanks for watching.